Hey guys, good morning. It's Joe here, and you are about to witness the first of our live cast series here at Interact. Just getting to work this morning. We had a little snow here in New York. I don't know, they were calling for about 8 inches, and we ended up with maybe 3 or 4, and it all melted already, at least on the road. So it's a nice, pretty atmosphere. Very little shoveling going on today. Getting here at the office to do our first video. Anthony will be joining me shortly. Oh, he's waiting for me right there. He's courteously holding the door open for other patrons of the building here as they arrive to work in the morning. Hey Anthony, good morning.
Hey, good morning everybody.
How'd you make out in the snow last night?
Not bad. Good snowstorm.
Yeah, I was up pretty early shoveling, but again, it was only like 2-3 inches on the driveway, and such a beautiful snowfall here. And thank goodness spring is just around the corner, so let's head in. I'm gonna get those doors for me. I'm trying to multitask and take video and open doors at the same time. It's a little rough. All right, so hope everyone had a good weekend, and if you were watching it all this weekend, you saw there was a little teaser of this series, and today is the official launch. Morning, Fred.
Good morning.
If you were watching it all this weekend, you saw there was a little teaser. Hey guys. Good morning. Everyone make it out all right in the snow?
Yeah.
Cool. So working our way to the studio here, and Anthony and I are just going to give a quick overview. Oh, give me 1 second. All right, let's just get this thing out of selfie mode here. All right, so welcome, Anthony, to day 1.
All
Are you
right.
psyched?
Nice.
So tell us a little bit about what the thought process was behind putting this video series together, and what are we trying to accomplish with it?
Sure. 2019 is the year of the video. So we spent a lot of time working on building up this beautiful studio, and the idea is to help educate people on how they can get involved in doing video marketing, bring video marketing to their business, and educate people on online marketing in general by using video and the power of live streaming to reach a new audience.
Very cool. Yeah, and so we've got obviously the ability to shoot outdoors. You know, we got some selfie sticks, some tripods with some fixed cameras. We've got some green screen lighting technology. But most importantly, we have the ability to just like stream all of this live from a multi-camera shoot, and then jump right into screencasts and podcasts, because a lot of online education is going to require showing things to people, right? So if we want to demonstrate some search optimization, or if we're going to show how to use some WordPress plugins, you know, a lot of people need that visual enhancement to see. So, you know, we'll be able to cut right over to that today, and just wanted to thank Anthony for coming out. So thanks for joining me this morning for the inaugural edition.
Thank you.
And without further ado, we are going to kick this puppy off. So get ready. If you don't mind, like and share this on your timeline. And we're going to get started in 5, 4, 3, 2. All right, welcome. Hey, Derek, thanks for joining today. You're the first official visitor. Had a little glitch in the feed there initially, and just trying to work with all this equipment, but we finally made it work, and things are happening. So today is just going to be a short video. We want to just basically demonstrate the technology, and we're going to give a brief overview of the things that we'll be covering in this video series. I'd also like to poll people. You know, if there's a particular subject matter you want to hear first, we can control the order of these. So we welcome audience participation and your input into what type of content we produce. So I'm going to just get my ugly mug off the screen here, and we can dive into the PowerPoint. So this is the rough plan of what we plan on doing with this video series, and we're going to lead in with search optimization. It's really a foundational service that our company offers, and we'd like to offer some do-it-yourself education. And these are the basic breakouts of how that'll go. So the first component is what we call foundational SEO. So a lot of people don't know what that is, or that might be a new term to you. I think I invented the term. That's why I put the little trademark in there. But there's a lot of clients that come on board with us where some search optimization effort has been done. Like they've optimized their pages, they put some tags in there, they installed Google Analytics. I think they've covered the basics off a checklist. But what they don't realize is, you know, because they're on a $2 a month web hosting service that goes down, you know, in the evenings for server reboots, or the server may be slow and the site takes 20 or 30 seconds to load, these foundational elements with the server in terms of speed, security, uptime, all have an impact on search. You know, if you think about it, Google's not going to put an algorithm together that will show page one high-ranking listings, and as soon as you click them, you go to a 404 page not found, or a site down error. So they're very sensitive to those types of things within the algorithm, and it's one of those overlooked areas of technology that is really the base or the foundational elements. If you don't have those things in place, a lot of the other SEO that you do, you know, may not get the same results as if you were on a decent server. And we're not talking about spending hundreds of dollars a month on hosting, but what we'll cover is some of the basics that you can do. You know, we do have preferred hosting partners. We have a hosting facility ourselves, depending on your business needs, the scalability of the site. So we'll cover all of those basics. Then we'll get into a series on traditional SEO. This is what most people think of when you mention search optimization. So, you know, understanding which keywords are searched online by prospective clients or customers of your company. Looking at the volume monthly of those keywords and determining in advance what some phrases are that you would like to rank for, and then creating page content and optimizing that through title tags, page copy, what we call cross-linking on the website itself, so links from pages on your site or maybe links from your blog articles into your service pages, those types of things. There's a whole other area that we'll cover here, probably in a separate couple of videos, is local and regional specifics. So when you're working on ranking locally, like if you have a local restaurant and let's say it's Mexican food, you know, somebody wants to look for Mexican restaurant Newburgh, New York. Well, you don't have to worry about ranking for Mexican restaurant in Bergen County, New Jersey, or Los Angeles, California. So the approach with local businesses is a little different. You also have your map listings, which are a free way to optimize yourself to the top of search results, and we'll show. So we'll go into the details of how to set up local SEO. But local SEO can also expand to national brands who have presence in multiple cities and states. And the same tactical approaches that you would use to optimize a local business, you might use to localize a franchise location of a national business as well. So we'll cover some of that. Link building is another often overlooked area of search. So a lot of people know how to optimize a site, but what they don't realize is that Google and other search engines still do look at the links coming into your website in sort of a determination of the site's popularity among other people. And there's a whole wide variety of link building. Some of them are outdated tactics that could actually hurt you. Others are kind of accepted standards in white hat SEO. So we can cover different ways of how to do that for your website. And then finally, why do all of this if you can't measure it in terms of some ROI for your business? So are you increasing traffic to your website? Are you increasing conversions? A conversion could be anything from an e-newsletter sign up to a business lead to an actual sale on an e-commerce site. What are those different actions that we're looking for people to take once they're at the website? And is the website working as a sales machine and not just a brochure? And what are the various types of reporting that we can do? So obviously there's Google Analytics and some free tools. We also can track inbound phone calls now pretty accurately via web metrics. On the B2B side, there's contact systems, CRM, Salesforce automation systems, everything from HubSpot to SharpSpring to Salesforce.com. So if you're using those other tools, how to integrate with those. So that's kind of the overview of organic. The other sections in here are obviously the paid side of search, which is Google Ads or Bing and Yahoo Ads, where your ad will show up in the search results alongside a listing. And there's a whole series of videos that we can do on that. And a lot of people have been asking us lately about these emerging trends. So like display and retargeting. Retargeting is basically you're putting a banner ad or some sort of graphical advertisement in front of somebody, but only after they've already visited your website, typically from a search engine result. So now you know they're interested, you know they've visited, but perhaps they didn't take action, make a purchase, give their email, etc. But now they start to see your brand wherever they are on the internet. And we can buy these on Google ad networks and other ad networks out there. So now if they're checking the sports score or checking the weather report, they can see your ad, and that continuous brand frequency is going to help drive them back to the site. In fact, they say we see something like 3,000 ads a week these days. If you add everything up from internet, television, drive-by, radio, etc. And so sometimes people need a little nudge and reminder to come back to your site. We typically see 11 to 15% win-back ratio on retargeting campaigns, and they're real specific, and they're particularly powerful for things like events, considered purchases, like a large purchase like an automobile or a swimming pool, anything where they might be looking at multiple competitors, thinking about it over a period of weeks or months before they make a purchase decision. And that's where that retargeting has the biggest impact. Geofencing is another one we get asked about, and a combination of video and local, regional video and geofence video and display. So what does that mean? Well, on your phone, you know, you have a thing called location settings. A lot of people turn that off for privacy purposes, but most people leave it on, at least during certain applications or use of certain applications. There are data aggregators who collect that information anonymously, so they're not giving any personally identifiable information, but rather they can tell when somebody breaks a fence. So let's say, for example, I have a restaurant and it's inside the mall in Middletown, New York. But it's sort of new, and a lot of people don't get traction there, and I'm worried about the foot traffic in the mall, and I want more people to be aware of it. What I can do is geofence the entire mall and its parking lot, or maybe other local strip malls in the area. And as people enter that area with their phone, I can start displaying ads for my restaurant to people who are actually there at the mall right now. And I can display ads to them over the next 30 days. So for example, if somebody's coming in to say go to the movie theater, while they're waiting for the movie to start, when the previews are on, a lot of people are on their phones. If they're playing a game, checking weather.com, going on, checking stocks, checking email, my ad can show to them, and they can go, hey, look, there's a new restaurant right here at the mall. Maybe we can go after the movie. And same thing with automotive, which is another strong industry for this. Let's say you're the owner of a Mercedes dealership, and there's a BMW dealership and an Audi dealership down the road. As people break that fence, so to speak, or enter your competitor's dealership, now you can begin to show ads to them for your dealership and maybe do a comparison of the vehicles and something like that. So we're starting to see this trend. A lot of people think it's creepy because it's Big Brother and everything. But the advertiser never knows who you are still until you identify yourself. So if you do click the ad and go to their site and then sign up for an email or schedule a test drive or something like that, then now you've identified yourself to them. But until that point, it's just an anonymous ad served to someone that they know was in a particular area. The same way someone would target you based on the TV show that you like to watch. So social media is a whole nother big area and a big growth area for our agency. How to get started in it, how to use social media on an organic perspective to grow traffic and engagement. Also the different advertising types. This is probably going to be a series of 5 or 6 videos on social. And then as we go down the list, web design, programming, we talked about this a little the other night, the various different content management systems that are out there, which is the best one for you. Are you doing a brochure or marketing site? Is it business to business? Is it e-commerce where you're selling things on the site? Those are all variables to consider when selecting a platform. And then also that hosting and security considerations. So often people, they'll buy an off-the-shelf platform or they'll install something like WordPress and they fail to realize that because of its popularity, it's a heavily targeted platform for hackers. And there are steps to take to prevent that or secure it, just like you would secure your computer at home from viruses and malware. You need to do the same on your web server and your WordPress instance. So there's a series of plugins, code modifications, and lockdowns that we can do. And depending on the nature of your industry or environment, those can become more robust. For example, financial services and healthcare have higher levels of regulation with consumer data, HIPAA compliance, etc. And so they require even more on that security side, which we can get into if you own or operate one of those types of businesses. Content marketing, which is what you're seeing here, we're giving some information away at no cost. Educating, you can do the same in your business or industry. We do this with articles. I'm a regular contributor to some online magazines, our own blog, LinkedIn, Forbes, and some other channels, and also video and audio via podcast. So it's becoming easier and easier to do this for your business online. We'll give you some tips and tricks on how to do that, and mostly overcome the procrastination factor and the fear factor of going and doing this. We went through that ourselves. I think something that everyone goes through, wanting to make sure you feel comfortable on camera, that the quality is there, are people going to watch or engage with it, how to measure what types of content work best, right? How to poll your audience and find out more of what they're looking for. So that's another interesting one. So as we're going through the list here, if there's anything that stands out to you as something that you would prefer to see or have a special interest in, again, just comment below. Hey, my top area is this. What we are doing, as we announced yesterday, is all these videos will be available online, but we'll also create a permanent repository for them. That's in the works right now. So what we're doing is asking if you like the video or comment or direct message us after the video, we're going to get you on that list. And as soon as it's available, it'll be available at least for this year for free to everybody. And then as we expand it, we may add some premium content in the channels and formal training videos and exercises. The rest of it, you can see here, online reputation management and how to help control your image and reputation online, how to deal with an occasional review that you're not too proud of, and how to apply great customer service for your business on the internet to avoid those types of things. Email marketing, and then we'll get in a little bit into the difference between branding and direct response. Internet tends to be more of a direct response mechanism, but there's still a way to build good brands using direct response, and we can get into the differences between the two methodologies and how to best carve one out for your business. So that's all I have for today. But again, if you just comment below, if you don't mind, also like and share this. We're trying to get as much traction as we can with these early ones. That's all I have for today. But again, if you just comment below, if you don't mind, also like and share this. We're trying to get as much traction as we can with these early ones. That's all I have for today. But again, if you just comment below, if you don't mind, also like and share this. We're trying to get as much traction.